What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Durkee Chan. So we know today, 5/22, Marvel Rivals dropped a trailer for the upcoming changes to the game. They're going to throw in Ultron, throw in some new team-ups for Season 2.5. And with that, they released a upcoming balance post. Looks like it's targeted for the 30th. So looking like end of the month, next Friday. So we're just going to quickly go over them. I was GM3 last season, mainly playing tank, so I'll give you my insight, but overall I play all the roles I fill. So let's take a look. Okay, so Captain America, they buffed Captain America this season, gave him a lot more survivability, so it looks like they're bringing it back down by 25, so they're going to take a slight hit to survivability and ultimate frequency. Increase the delay of shield recovery from 2 to 4 seconds after unleashing Living Legend. Increase energy cost frames. Okay, so this is basically just to slow him down a bit. Because in higher elo, when you play Cap, he's going to be harassing the backline, run away, heal up, come back, pop his ulti, stay on point. So it's kind of annoying, so they're going to scale that back a bit. So it's a small nerf. You can get around with this by just having better map awareness over where all the health packs are. This ultimate nerf is kind of big, so this can be the deciding factor on whether or not you can push out that ulti during a important map objective. Alright, Doctor Strange. Is he gonna boost to his auto attack? That's fine, and then removing the range. Okay, so they nerfed him too hard to giving him some more damage back, so they're still trying to find that sweet spot for Doctor Strange. So for Doctor Strange mains, this is pretty good. Another damage buff. So it's kind of slowly going back to what he was before. Alright, Emma Frost, our new character. Alright, so it looks like they're nerfing her tankiness. So this got a slight buff. Yeah, that's a huge decrease. 500, 400 in her shield. And then increase the cooldown of her grab, I think. And then increase the damage of her kick. Okay, so this is basically just taking her damage down quite a bit. I'm kind of indifferent. I wish they didn't do this as much. I wish they would have just done maybe nerf the shield and nerf one of her abilities, but not both. So I think that's a little bit much, but we'll see. Alright, Groot. He's always banned in high elo games. Let's see what they're doing. So they're going to decrease the damage of his spikes by 5, okay. That does add up. And then the cooldown from 8 to 12 seconds. Wow, that is a big jump. That is huge. Okay, I'm interested to see how this will affect it, because 4 seconds is huge in a team fight. Huge. Alright, Magneto. Buff to his damage. Increasing the charge speed of rings from 4 seconds per stack to 3 seconds per stack. Okay, so slight buff. Alright, Thor. His survivability is taking a minor hit. Adjust hammer throw ability to a standard ability. Move throw first cost and universal cooldown. Wow, okay, that's huge. I actually like this change because sometimes I mostly just, for Thor, use my dash as my Thor force, so that's pretty big. Adjust the cooldown to 6 seconds, gains 1 Thor force for each hammer throw, so that's still good. So it acts like an auto attack. And then they return some of the damage down, and then decrease the shield value. Gain from different consumer. Okay, so wow. Big tank nerf. Interesting. So they're going to nerf his tankiness, and then give him a bit more spamminess, I guess, with his hammer. So wow, this is huge. I think this is huge. This came out of nowhere. I wouldn't expect him to drop it by this much. Maybe 25 here. But wow. Sorry, Thor mains. Big nerf. Hawkeye. So it looks like Hawkeye is getting another buff. A little nerf here. Alright, so Hawkeye got some more love. Got a bit more damage right off the bat. So again, they're trying to bring him back in line with Season 0 Hawkeye. Alright, Hela, sustained damage. Okay, so they're buffing Hela again. Okay, that's not that much. Charge capacity of Night Sword Thorn, so that's kind of not too much. Human Torch, alright. He was the top tier DPS in this season. So let's see what they're doing. Okay, reducing that. Okay, this is huge. The shield value was the most annoying thing about Human Torch. He would just dash in, get a whole bunch of shield, and delete your team. Looks like, wow, okay, they're nerfing this big time. 25 and then a 5-second cooldown. That is huge. That is huge. Alright, Iron Fist. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're going to delete, lower the bonus health, okay. Decrease the bonus health. Okay, so they're making him less tanky and his dash shorter. Reduce dragon, okay, and they're making it longer for him to get his, alright, so he can't block as much, and if he does block, it's not as tanky. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Iron Man. Okay, so they're nerfing his damage and survivability, huh. Time for a new suit upgrade. Okay, so yeah, they removed this team up and then decrease projectile damage from 50 to 45 and decrease spell field damage from 65 to 5. Okay, so they kind of buffed this a couple patches ago. Now they're unbuffing it. Okay, reduce armor, overdrive, backs and bonus. Wow. Okay, that is uncalled for. I don't like this. All right, Namor. Let's see. Increase cooldown. All right. Expand horn radius outer circle decrease. Okay. So basically, they're making his ulti bigger, and they're making his turrets a little bit stronger. Alright, cool. Psylocke. Alright. Yeah, Psylocke can be annoying to deal with, so they decrease the retrieval damage of the shuriken, and then decrease invisibility duration. Okay, that's not too big of a nerf. It's a small nerf. Squirrel Girl. Wow, Squirrel Girl getting some buffs. So, more acorns. Very nice. Decrease the cooldown of her stun. Alright, nice. Quicker DPS output. That's nice. Star-Lord. Okay, ultimate frequency reduced. Thank God. Because honestly, if you had a Star-Lord on the enemy team, they would, and it's overtime, 9 out of 10 times they have their ultimates twice. So we're going to reduce its frequency but increase its power. Increase the cost of the ability by this much, and then it's longer range. Alright, fair enough. Storm. Another ulti buff. Cool. Punisher. One of my favorite DPS players to play in quick play. Alright. So reduce movement slow of Final Judgment from 10 to 20. That's good. Increase Adjunctionist magazine size from 30 to 40. Single hit damage. Very nice. So more accurate shooting. Very nice. Alright. Some nice Punisher buffs. I like it. Oh, wow. This is a lot of changes to Jeff. Okay. Gets a rework. More frontal support and combat ability, but less survivability. Okay. Interesting. Add a new effect to Joyful Splash. Now it deals damage to enemies at 70 per second and can heal out through allies. Okay, that's nice, but not through enemies. Damage fall off. Okay, that's cool. Direct hits now launch enemies up. Wow. Increase spell field damage. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So his left click can heal and do damage. And now his right click can knock up enemies? Interesting. Change the effect of healing bubble from one-time healing to healing over time. Increase healing amount from previous. Reduce mag charges from 63 and remove enemy launch-up effect. Yeah, because I really think that ability was kind of underused, so I'm glad they moved it to his right click. Add new effect to hide and seek and now has energy cap that drains by 20 seconds while submerged and restores 15% when not. Okay, so this is good. His hide and seek was kind of annoying. You would just, really good Jeff players would just hide and seek, run around, you couldn't target him. He could do it infinitely. But now it looks like they put it on a cap. So that's nice. So Jeff's ultimate ability, Overflow Healing on Swallow Allies, now grant 45 health per second as bonus health. Okay, so now it heals up to 150. Increase the damage reduction received when taking credit from 50% to 70. Jeff's ultimate Overflow Healing on Swallow Allies now grants, so now it grants health. Alright, so they made his ulti a survivability ulti, like all strategist ultis. Very nice. I'm excited to play some Jeff. This looks really good. Looks really good. Good job. Alright, we're giving Luna a boost to her combat prowess, reducing the frequency of her ultimate ability. Thank God. Again, this ultimate goes off too often. So they're increasing her base healing, and then base healing. Okay, so this is just making her less ulti dependent and more her normal skills dependent. Alright. Wow, another rocket survivability hit. Okay. I do like the new rocket team up with Penny. Can't wait to play that. Okay, reduce repair mode direct hit healing amount from 50 to 55 to 50. Oh, okay. Alright. So yeah, so these new team abilities, Chilling Assault, this one, basically Hawkeye has a long range stun. Jeff NATO is just a storm that sucks in people and then spits them out with Storm's ulti. The Punisher is okay, Black Widow can shoot through enemies. Now this Rocket and Penny Parker one is very cool. Penny Parker can put down another spider nest. Iron Man and Ultron, this one's okay. Ultron can heal and do damage. And then Venom, this one's funny too, because Jeff can have another heal. So they removed some other ones, which I think is okay. Spider-Man one was definitely annoying. Iron Man was okay. Chilling Charisma, I don't think anybody used this. Armor Overload from Punisher, this one was one of the funnest ones. And then Hawkeye and Black Widow, I don't think anybody ever used that as well. And then they balanced some of these, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So overall, I think this is an okay patch. Some nerfs are a bit bigger than I expected, like the Thor nerf was kind of crazy. The Diver nerfs, like Iron Fist, Iron Man, Psylocke, are okay. I didn't see anything about Black Panther, so that's interesting. But Iron Fist nerf is definitely warranted. He was wreaking havoc in higher elo, especially if you know how to play him. That's all I have, guys. So this is my perspective of the Marvel Rivals end of month balance post from a GM player. That's all I have, guys. Ciao.